Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for April 26, 2021, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. All of us understanding that nothing is by chance. Everything that happens is intended to awaken you so that you realize the divine, powerful being you already are. Welcome. Welcome. Every experience as the perfect teacher. So now, most of us don't do that. We're misconfigured from the standpoint of being trained to not look at it that way. It's an irritation. It's unpleasant. Some people you meet, certain things you interact with. But when you begin to realize that they are all absolutely perfect experiences and the perfect teachers for each and every one of us. Now imagine when you start to shift, because you choose, no one else does, but you choose to shift your perspective. So instead of, you come across something or you interact with something and you get upset or irritated or frustrated or angry, whatever. Instead, you look at it and you stop yourself and you say, what is this person teaching me? Or what is this situation teaching me? And it is always that. It's the way it's been designed. Because we don't have coincidences. In fact, that word should be just absolutely eliminated from our language. It is perfection. Every single thing. Even though you look at it and you go, how can this be perfection? This is an absolute mess. But it's perfection. It's teaching us 24/7, whether consciously or unconsciously. So we are literally being taught, but understand, most don't look at it that way. So they miss the education. See what happens? We miss a plethora of divine perfection, education, knowledge that we are all here to give each other. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter your vocation in this life. Doesn't matter. What matters is that whether you realize it or not, you're teaching others. And they're learning, and they're teaching you. And you're learning. And it's a constant. But because of how things have been so misconstrued, we don't look at it that way. Because when you don't know who and what you are, that's why. But when you begin to start embracing at your own choosing of who and what you are, and the God that you are, and the divine perfection that you are, and how powerful that you are, each and every one of us are, then your perspective is totally different. And you automatically, it's not at first. I'm not saying that you instantaneously, but you will begin to realize, wait a minute. I'm looking at this from the perspective of what is it teaching me? What did that person just teach me who walked in my life and out? Or what is this individual teaching me? It's always about an education. We're all being educated. See, because we continuously learn and experience. We create, we learn, experience. Constantly. And a lot of the times we just don't look at it that way. So when you start practicing it, you'll be amazed on what transpires, on how it is and how it's been designed, and then things begin to change and shift automatically. And, when we look at the The creative process is a process of surrender, not control. A lot of us will look at things as though we got to control it. I got to control my life. I've got to be in control of this and that. And the whole creative process is a process of surrender, not control. So these are all stepping stones for each of us. Now, we either choose to embrace them or not. It's up to each and every one of us. Many of us have created certain emotional and psychic shields as children in order to survive our childhood. And these walls were necessary at the time to protect us and keep us safe. Now, when these bodies get to the point where we label them adults, if these barriers are still up there blocking us from feeling love, a lot of us will take that, from childhood, and we'll carry that all the way with us into this adulthood. And when we do that, and we don't understand, see? It's not so much that you're consciously aware of it, but they block us from feeling love, compassion, and intimacy with others. Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever come across anybody that you've experienced that with? It's like they have this guard, Instead of being unguarded, they're guarded on everything. And the same walls that we put up for ourselves are also stopping us from literally moving energy into form, creating it into reality, manifesting true financial freedom, abundance, and profound health into our lives. Now, if you feel stuck in your relationships with others, or money, or yourself in any way, it is because your brilliant light is still hiding behind one of those old, heavy, unnecessary shields. Now, you might ask yourself, aren't there some situations where it's good to protect myself? Well, it all depends on how spiritually advanced you are and what lessons you're still needing to learn. If you know you are an infinite being that will never die, and we're talking about the God within the body, then what is there to defend? Think about that. That which is real cannot be harmed. That which is real cannot be harmed, so why protect it? Do you think your body's real? Yet if you're still healing wounds inside the ego and creating an identity that needs certain boundaries, then it will feel blatantly obvious that there is something that needs protection. You may need to be as strong as a mountain to stand up for your rights in order to one day let them go. Yet 99.999% of the time, you are not surrounded by angry, hungry tigers, and this defense mechanism is just an old, unconscious habit blocking us from total liberation. See, in other words, most of us don't realize it. We don't know it. It's not like we know it. It's just that we're in the habit of doing it. We've done it for so long. So the need for us to defend ourselves is what actually makes our ego appear real. And the ego, however, is like a shadow. How ridiculous would it be to see someone protecting their shadow from getting touched by sunlight? This is how we look when we defend our ego. If we want to become a super conscious, awakened spiritual being, then it's up to us to choose to stop protecting our ego. And we all do it. None of us are exempt from it. Any type of defending that we do is just coming from a place of fear, insecurity, and weakness. And defenselessness is about doing no harm on any level to any being. Defenselessness is about doing no harm on any level to any being. And it is truly living from a place of peace with all beings, and will only manifest peaceful situations. When we get, have you ever been around anybody, or maybe you're married, or you're with someone in a relationship, where they are continuously defensive? And how do you feel about that? What is the frequency when, you could say anything, but if your tone of voice or your attitude or whatever it may be, they become immediately defensive. Now, to practice defenselessness is basically having a deep, eternal trust of the God that you are, the universe, period. You have no doubt whatsoever. Because a lot of people look at defenselessness as weak, and that they can be attacked and harmed. That's what defend yourself. Obviously, if you're being confronted in physical harm, that you're going to defend yourself in that context. But defenselessness is about doing no harm on any level to any being, and it is truly living, from a place of peace with all beings, and will only manifest peaceful situations. Whenever we get upset or triggered by others, because we do, try this on for size, a simple technique. Become like a flute, you know what a flute is, that is hollow and light, and allow your breath to flow through you and your triggered feelings. Unobstructed. So you don't know. Maybe their negative words may start to sound like music to your new ears. Even, if you are in a long-term relationship and have been hearing sour notes for years. Any of you experienced that? Long-term relationship, and you've been hearing sour notes for years? Simply allow that song to play on through. Breathe into it, through it. Let your body feel it, and eventually release it. So we invite you to make the choice right now to never protect or defend your ego. Just ask. It's a really simple question to ask yourself. Who am I defending? What shadow self is here? And is this aspect real or imaginary? And the more we investigate what needs to be defended, the more we realize these are only small, helpless, powerless voices from our past. It may be the same voice of your parents or siblings had. And if you need to, then feel this need to defend these shadow parts and then let it go. The greater your defense is, the more suffering enters your body. And you'll soon be forced to let go because you are playing into that which is not real. It's an illusion. The universe won't let you buy into this defensive energy for very long because the imaginary always moves to the real. And it's easier to see the deeper lessons that life is teaching us once we become an unobstructed channel of awareness instead of obstructed. And the more we can let down our defenses, the more receptive we can become to the abundance and the divine power that is all around us and inside of us, each and every one of us. And the truth is that there is really no reason to be guarded at all. Who you truly are can never, ever, ever, ever be hurt by the outer world. It is only the ego self that believes it can be harmed, hurt, and destroyed. The timeless infinite consciousness that we are cannot be touched by anyone or anything ever. The timeless infinite consciousness that we all are cannot be touched by anyone or anything ever. And as an eternal radiant being, we are impervious to attacks from the outer world. And this infinite beingness has never been harmed by vicious words or energy. This infinite beingness has never been harmed by vicious words or energy. All negative energy passes right through without touching the beauty of your timeless consciousness. And as we all awaken more and more to this realization, we will automatically notice the stillness and uselessness of holding any walls up with anyone, because it's all your ego. These walls block the love from flowing between you. Once you see this, you will naturally take these walls down and let the brilliant light of your infinite nature shine through. Now, it's not easy, I know that, for many of us to be unguarded, because it's like it just clicks. It's automatic. You got to be guarded. You know, it's like when you walk into a room of people that you don't know anybody, you're not with anybody, you're just by yourself. You're apprehensive, you're guarded, the shields are up, everything. But try it. We invite you to make this radical choice. Be unguarded. Practice it with everyone, everywhere you go. Don't try to defend, because it'll be, at first it'll be a real fight with your ego. Don't try to defend your point of view or protect yourself from other people's opinions, judgments, or verbal attacks. This is so important because it really shifts your frequency into a much higher frequency. You try it. You practice it. Don't try to defend your point of view or protect yourself from other people's opinions, judgments, or verbal attacks. Simply practice accepting and releasing whatever comes your way. Have compassion for others. Decide to be a powerful and unlimited source of lightness, no matter what kind of energy is being sent your direction. Do not take anything personally. You ever been around people that just about take everything personally because they get defensive? And whenever what you say, they take it personally. Don't take anything personally. Remember one thing. Your ego is not real. It's an illusion. Reside in what is real by surrendering to what is deepest inside at the core of your innermost being. Whatever unwanted messages this universe sends to any of us, you, all of us, welcome them. Return to resting in this spiritual source inside. Play with creating a new unguarded way of accepting yourself and others in each moment. We're all creative masters. So why not play with our creation and creating a new unguarded way of accepting ourselves and others in each moment. Allow everyone to have their own unique experience without judgment, and look for the deep eternal love in all of our interactions with them. And understand that gratitude, deep, eternal gratitude, 24/7, no matter what. No matter what. Because when we are grateful, fear immediately disappears, and prosperity and abundance appears. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Everything we do in this life, we are helping the body to be able to heal itself, to be at its utmost perfection, fully functioning from head to toe, inside and out. Doesn't it make sense to keep it in a relaxed state? Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to be sleepwalking through life. The relaxed state means is that you are stressless. You're stressless. The body is just free and floating. Doesn't it make sense to have our soul, your soul, in your body, with the body as light as can be? So you're not, you don't confront people. You're not aggressive. You're not protective, guarded, defensive, all of those things. That all affects the body 24/7. Now, it doesn't mean we know it, but it's good to begin to move and to choose to move into understanding and accepting how divine you truly are. So you just eliminate stress. Oh, that can't be done. Oh, yeah, it can. And the stress is what? The external world. How you view yourself. How you think of yourself. What your perspectives are. How you got to protect yourself. That ego. Got to protect. So the body, head to toe, inside and out. You decide. No one decides for you. Really, truly. So it's up to you to let go, surrender. All the magnetized energies and frequencies, and just about every single one of them, are illusions created by the ego mind. That keeps us quite busy, doesn't it? And away from the God that we are. So, as your body relaxes, because it will, once you dump all the stuff that doesn't serve you the greater good, you may have to dump it 100 times a day, or even more. But the body will eventually relax, and just picture it as you watch your body ease into the God that you are. So the body eases back, and the God that you are cradles the body. And the body relaxes. And all of those tensions, stresses, fears, anxieties that the ego mind conjures up vanish. And when you relax the body, you move into the now. And the now is our power. Because we really don't have a past. And we don't have a future. We create our future in the now. And the past used to be the now. And now it's gone and dead. The now stills our ego mind and subconscious mind. We step out of those. We're able to view them with the God that we are, to see how they operate, what they do. We don't judge them. We learn from them. This is how you learn your first step in learning how to master the ego, the mind, and the subconscious mind. So they become your greatest allies. And then eventually, they won't be there. So you have the body relaxed, you're in the now, you have stilled the mind, the ego, and the subconscious mind. Some of us, all of us reminisce. We all have memories, which are great. They're like our library, our own personal library, all the memories in this life that things we've experienced, interacted, events, some really good, some okay, some really not good. But, it's good to reminisce and to savor things that were so wonderful and you had such good feelings with. But we don't stay there. Some of us will stay in that past, which is like an elephant graveyard. It's just a bunch of carcasses, and it's just bones, and it's like foggy, and it's just dank because it's dead. But some of us will stay there and will live in that past. We live in it so long that we end up taking it into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that future from that past, and then we relive that past in that future. So a lot of people get so irritated and frustrated with their life because they can't figure out why they keep ending up in some way, shape, or form in the same place, no matter what they do. Others of us will go into a future that doesn't exist. How do we do that? Well, we ask ourselves, when is this going to happen? Why hasn't this happened? What's going on with this? You see all that? Why hasn't that happened? Why isn't this taking place? I don't understand this. When am I going to have this? When am I going to meet this person? That is all future speculation in a future that doesn't exist. And a lot of people on this planet spend most of their time in the past or the future. And the now just sits there. Why do you think so many of us have so many challenges, and that we're the ones creating the challenges for ourselves? So the now has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever the only place to be. It's the space between heartbeats. It's moment to moment. Whatever you're doing right now in this moment, that's what you're focused on. Nothing else. Someone asks you, what are your goals for 5 years from now? I'm only in the now. Why would I be centered and focused on 5 years from now? I'm in the now, because how do I know that in the next 20 seconds that I won't be in this body? Why would I be concentrating on something 5 years into a future that doesn't exist? Because I'm creating it in the now. Now, how do we stay in the now? Because, we're none of us are exempt from this. You could be focused on something, and all of a sudden you wander off. You don't really know it. It's kind of, you just start, a cloud passes by. They're like thoughts. The thoughts are clouds, and you grab onto one and you float off. So how do you stay in the now? Your breath. Your breath is divine positive energy. Why is it that? Well, it houses the vessel that holds the kingdom of God. It focuses you. It actually protects you. It energizes you. It strengthens you. It relaxes you. It eases you. It does a lot of things. And look how many of us take it for granted. Oh, well, it's just my breath. Until something happens, of course. Then our attention is focused on it. So our breath. So the next time that you find yourself, it isn't a bad thing, but when you start wandering off, it's okay, I'm wandering off, so I'll just focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. And 3,000% of the time, you'll be in the now. And you'll experience a whole different flow than you do right now. It won't be hectic. won't be jagged. It won't be intermittent. It won't be disruptive. So you focus on the breath. You're not in the body, so to speak. You're watching the body. You're the God. You're watching the body. So you look at the body, and you notice as it's there because you're holding the body, right? It's eased into you. And you notice that through the center of your body, there are these colored wheels of lights. Not like colors you see here on this planet. Much more vibrant and deep and expansive. And there's 7 of them. And they start at your tailbone. They go all the way up center of your body, top of your head. And they're all different colors. And these are the energy vortexes. They're etheric, which means they're not like grabbing a piece of wood and putting it in your body. And they're spiritual, high vibrational frequency, because the God force love light energy flows through them. And the God is you, and you flow through them. So understand that. So the body is the emotion, the organs, the organics, the blood, everything. That's the emotion. So you watch as this energy, you, flowing through these 7 energy vortexes, these chakras, you're the chi, the ki, the prana of that body that you occupy. So we learn, and hopefully, we learn that we look and we see the red wheel of light. And this is our root chakra, it's our Muladhara. This is our career, it's our survival. Career, money, mindset, food. It's in the organs, spine, rectum, legs, arm, the circulatory system. Now, what blocks that? What blocks that flow? Fear. Fear blocks that flow. And then we move to the orange wheel of light. This is the sacral chakra. Solar plexus, sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This is our sexuality and pleasure. It's our pleasure center. This is our ability to accept others and new experiences. It's our emotional issues, a sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, the sexuality, which they've tried to destroy. It's our physical associations, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, immune system. What blocks it? When it's blocked, what blocks it? Guilt. Understand how many of these things are illusions. And then we go to the golden yellow wheel of light, which deals with our willpower. This is the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This is our personal power and ability to channel. It is our ability to be confident in the flow of our lives. Self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. Physical association is our central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. What blocks it? When it's blocked, what is it that's blocking it? Shame. Another illusion. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light. This is the heart chakra, the anahata. Love, relationship, self-acceptance, our ability to love. Our emotional issues are love, joy, and inner peace. Physical association is our heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. What blocks it? When it's blocked, what is blocking it? Grief. Then we move to the blue wheel of light. This is our throat chakra, Vishuddha, self-expression. It's our ability to communicate, talk, interact, expression of feelings, the truth, the physical associations, thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. What blocks it? When it gets blocked, disrupted? Well, it deals with our truth, and it's blocked by lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light. This third eye chakra, the ajna. This is our ability to focus on to see the big picture, intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in this life. It's our imagination, ability to think and make decisions. It affects our pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. What blocks it? It's our insight. It's blocked by illusion. And then we move to the crown chakra. This deals with our cosmic energy, the Sahasrara. Connection, direct connection to the divine. Inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality and pure bliss. Physical association, pineal gland, brain, nervous system. Now we have all these. We understand them, I think. So understand, this is you, the God force, the love light energy. You're flowing through these energy vortexes. You, the God. Can you start to see things more and more clearly and understand? So what joins, what do you see become joined with this God force love light energy? Your breath, your divine positive energy, the body's breath. See, these all move up through all of these chakras to the top of your head. And we hold these energies real briefly, about 3 seconds. We are love. We are God, and we are one. And in that brief moment, we compress and condense these two energies into pure, omnipotently powerful liquid energy, and we pour them over our pineal glands. And our pineals are really important to us while we're in these bodies. When they are fully healthy, fully functioning, they are the connection to all the particles of existence. There's no obstructions. We move freely throughout existence, throughout consciousness, beyond. Now, you can see or view, however you view your pineal gland, through your heart-mind motion picture. I see it as a rosebud, green ball. And when I release this omnipotently powerful liquid energy over, it immediately transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals, and it sends out shimmering waves that just saturate me. Fragrance is just absolutely spectacular. And the waves are so penetrating, there's no words to describe just that it is just absolutely bliss. The pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude and peace, it's immeasurable. It is so deep and so profound. Each wave that the rose sends out, in, out, above, and below me, it's just spectacular. There's no words really, truly can express the feeling. And then I discover that the rose is me. And I'm the rose. And I am the God. These bodies that we're in, the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the higher self, the soul, the spirit, the pure consciousness, the God, all one. Therefore, we're consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are heaven on this earth. Heaven. The soul's the heaven. The body's the earth. And every step we take, we create paradise. We cannot not. And we shine the light that we are, the gods that we are, the divine perfection that we are, outward. We don't just shine it like a flashlight. We shine it 360 degrees. It permeates the air around us. And all things, all life, are the highest supreme value in the universe. Everything. And we're shining it 24/7, eternally, infinity. And it's saturating all of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or not. We glow. Can you picture this planet? See it from afar. It's a brilliant glowing planet with 8 billion gods shining their light. This can be seen throughout existence, felt, experienced. You deeply understand through the gods that we are transforming this planet and this civilization into a much higher vibrational frequency of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and deep, eternal peace. We cannot not. And each second, another one of us is waking up. And these are parts of all of us. So the ones that are asleep are parts of the collective consciousness, parts of us that aren't awake yet. So we, as part of the collective consciousness, reach out to other parts of us that are awake, that are somewhat consciously aware. Right now we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sanatana Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thought, Yella, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. Archangels, civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. We don't see them like we see each other, but we do meet with them in this life. We do interact with them more than we know. And sometimes when we do interact with them, after we've interacted with them, it just dawns on us through our hearts. That was an angel. And they had the same message. It's just delivered in many different ways. It is absolutely spectacular, wonderful, marvelous, magna glorious to be alive in these bodies. And then when we identify and understand that, the bliss within bubbles to the surface. And they can surround any one of us in the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. Ascended masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, whole pure God form, pure consciousness. We have ascended into physical form. We are mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences in this physical form so that we can perfect our creations. And we get to the certain extent of understanding totally who and what we are, we will know that we are the light. We will also know that when we leave these bodies, we will not follow the light because we are the light. And we reach out to all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, agartha, and beneath earth. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now. And then, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now, consciously. We call out to all the light energy beings out there that in all there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the gugaplexes. One gugaplex fills this universe with no sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of gugaplexes from trillions of universes from every direction. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the celestials, all the galactics. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in forming of the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, Greys, Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, many, many, many more. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, massive numbers, from every direction, from everything, in everything, they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And they come into billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth Gaia Arya in this now. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth Gaia Arya in this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them, because they're in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen. As a matter of fact, we only see 1% of what is. The ones we're somewhat familiar with, fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, and they are with us now consciously. And we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, in gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all one. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia Arya. In this now, in this meditation, the liberation of this planet. This light, this circle of light, is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It emanates from each of our gods of which we are, the God source, the divine perfection, that which never changes. It's the only thing that doesn't change, because it's already divine perfection. This circle of light is so brilliant it would take 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its radiance. We are flooding this planet with this circle of light, all of us gathered, hundreds of millions of us on and off planet, all consciously aware. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, being permeated with the love that we all are, constantly, eternally. We begin to ascend above this planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. And it is everywhere. And it is reflecting in vibrant colors that are so massive, so many different vibrant colors, that they cannot be counted. And we look and we see the source of these little, perfectly etched, little tiny microscopic mirrors that have endlessness to them. And we discover that these are all of us and the light that we are and the gods that we are reflecting each other back and forth. Because we're all students and we're all teachers of each other. We are constantly learning from each other, whether consciously or unconsciously. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the power of healing. When this civilization finally makes a connection with who it truly really is, then the bodies will be healed instantaneously. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with the white fire. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, eternally, we are protected with a white fire armor. This armor emanates from the God source, you. Now, no demons can possess, voodoo, no Wiccan, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, nothing can harm us, ever. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, greed, anger, envy, stress, fear, anxiety, worry, you will create a breach, whether you consciously or unconsciously, you'll create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, send them to pure consciousness where they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. And we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the trees and the forests. We are the soils. We are the sky and the clouds. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, and the streams. We are the animals. We are everything, in everything. So the next time that you are taken aback in total awe of a beautiful sunset or sunrise or a starlit night sky, whatever it may be, it is you. It is you that you're in awe of. You are the divine perfection. You are the God. We continue to ascend above the planet, and some of us step outside our physical forms and float effortlessly above them because we can, if we're carrying physical form. And we come in full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created it. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of sparkling light. It is surrounded by numerous vibrantly colored rings of light. And they're all sending these shimmering waves, saturating all of us, head to toe, inside and out. The golden white ball of sparkling light is deep eternal love. Then comes deep eternal gratitude, deep eternal peace. And then comes gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, well-being, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance, stupendous wealth, complete contentment, total relaxation. And it's all us. It is the gods we are. It's just a reflection of who we truly are. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, saturating, flooding, bathing us all, head to toe, inside and out, with the purest, deepest, eternal love. Now, we are all drops of this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean, and the golden ocean are the drops, and the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses well over 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion. They haven't faded. They don't lose their energy. They expand. They intensify. All of the highest intent with these meditations. All with the deepest eternal love, gratitude, and peace. All with conscious awareness that we are all the God. The God source, the pure consciousness. And it floods everything. It can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Can you see, totally unguarded, totally defenseless, that we are all the love that is ascending this planet in this now, and this entire civilization, into a higher frequency, in bliss and joy, tranquility, benevolence, a whole different existence. And it is happening right now. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out.
Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Once we understand that everything in this life has been perfectly designed by the universe, everybody we meet, every situation, every occurrence is teaching us something. When we focus on this, our whole perspective, our whole attitude changes. And then guess what? Not long after, we really, truly are in gratitude. And by doing this, all of our suffering ends. Think about this through your heart, mind, motion picture. Feel it. Take it with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and the following morning. And then we'll return here Tuesday, April 27th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. And we will have a time for change call this Wednesday, April 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern, and a reverse aging call on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern.